Hey guys, we are back with another hint from Dragon Ball Legends here. We have actually two hints today. We have this one right here, which is a bunch of dots with an arrow pointing to the fifth dot in the middle here. We also have another one, which is a pineapple. That's it, literally just a pineapple. So we are going to go ahead and sort of break down my initial thoughts on these hints here. To me, it seems pretty obvious what this is going to be, but we'll go ahead and just talk about this anyway. So in this initial hint right here, we have three black dots with the arrow, the orange arrow, that's going to be very important later. And then we have the purple circle here, as well as the teal, or like sort of bluish circle here. So you guys might have remembered that I've done some Garlic Jr. speculation videos in the past before, but I think this is like pretty much definitive evidence that Garlic Jr. is 100% going to be coming for this update here. By the way, we did get V-Jump saying that Oob will come out. I don't think Oob is coming tomorrow. I think that's going to be either next week or the following week, so it wouldn't make any sense for him to come out tomorrow, because people are speculating this is going to be Oob, right? Like, we have this drawing right here, or this image from the anime right here, linked by this Twitter user here. I mean, it makes sense, right? You have the three black-haired characters right here, then you have Trunks, and you have Broad right there, right? So that would sort of line up here. This doesn't make any sense to me. There's no way this is correct. Let's just X that out, because that's not happening. So here's where we're at, right? We have these images, right? These two images right here. If we go over to check what Garlic Jr.'s henchmen are, we have the Spice Boys, right? Now the Spice Boys, there are a total of 4 Spice Boys. We have spice, vinegar, mustard, and salt. What do you typically think of when you think of spice? I generally think of pepper. That's like the most obvious spice. Pepper is typically black. And by the way, it says he's the commander here, so it makes sense that he would have 2 representatives here, 2 circles representing spice, so pepper. Pepper, this is what pepper looks like, it's black. Makes sense that these circles are black here. Next we have vinegar, let me just actually pull this up in a separate window so you guys can see who that is. Vinegar, clearly his armor is kind of like a bluish tint here, so it makes sense that vinegar would be this one right here. We have a picture of a bluish vinegar right here, and then the bottom is also a separate color, which would represent the background being white as well over here. So that's that vinegar over there. Next, we have salt. Now, salt can be a different variety of colors, right? Obviously, the most common color for salt is white. Could also be pink, but it can also be purple to represent this circle over here. So this is, you know, clearly pretty much what this circle's right here. So pretty obvious. And then finally we have mustard as the final sort of Spice Boy minion right here. So mustard most commonly is known as a yellow condiment, but the arrow is orange. So funnily enough, if you actually look up mustard, this was one of the first images that comes up for mustard. So it makes sense that they would make the circle or the arrow orange and not yellow, just not to make it too obvious, right? So the colors all match up with the Spice Boys, but that's not all, because if you go over to the character counter of Pineapple, this is the second hint here, and this is what really ties it together to really, you know, drive home the point that this is 100% going to be Garlic Jr. and the Spice Boys. Let me just type in the word pineapple real quick. So pineapple, right? One word. We count the number of characters in the word pineapple. We have 9 characters, right? Okay, so that's fine. Let's type the word Spice Boys. 9 characters. Okay, let's reset. Let's type the word Garlic Jr. Remember, make sure you have the dot at the end there, because that's part of his name. 9 characters for Garlic Jr. So is it really a coincidence that they have Pineapple being 9 characters, Garlic Jr. being 9 characters, and now the Spice Boys also being 9 characters? To me, it's pretty obvious that we're going to be getting Garlic Jr. and the Spice Boys. This being the Spice Boys hint, and with, you know, Garlic Jr. being in the middle here, this is the 5th member, quote unquote, of the Spice Boys gang. These are the minions around here, with the arrow representing mustard. And then this is going to be Garlic Jr. I mean, the hint for the pineapple, other than the actual word being 9 characters, the leaves here, I mean, it's pretty reminiscent of Garlic Jr.'s skin here, which is pretty obvious. Plus, I guess the rest of the pineapple can pretty much represent him, you know, bulging out of his body when he transforms from a little tiny, like, nothing character into the full power version that he has. So, I mean, that's pretty obvious that it's going to be Garlic Jr. So let's go ahead and discuss real quick what I believe the teams that we'll be able to use Garlic Jr. on, as well as some of the different setups we can have for him. So first we have Powerful Opponent, then we have Regen, and then we have the Sagas from the Movies team. Now, Sagas in the movies might not actually happen with Garlic Jr. because we're not sure if they're going to be using Garlic Jr. from the filler arc in the anime, right? There's the filler arc. I think it's actually called the Makio Star arc. It's sort of in between the Namek saga and the beginning of the Android saga, with like Gohan and Piccolo trying to fend off Garlic Jr. from the Kami's Lookout. So it can either be taken from that filler arc, which would make sure that he's not on the Sagas in the movies team, or it could also just be directly from the first Dragon Ball Z movie, The Dead Zone. So I'm assuming he's going to be from the Dead Zone movie, because that would make a lot of sense. They're kind of pushing movies recently. We had the Revival Gohan. We had all the Broly stuff. So, I mean, they're kind of semi-pushing movies here. We'll see if they actually do end up going through with that. But in terms of the color that we could really expect to see this Garlic Jr. be, I'm kind of thinking, what color does this team need? Red is pretty much covered with Bojack and Final Form Frieza. I mean, Final Form Frieza is not the best, but he's still good enough. Bojack is brand new. Blue, we have Broly. We just got Kuwa, and then this guy's Zenkai is actually not too bad, so that's fine. Purple, Gohan has it covered. Yellow, I feel like yellow actually could be one that we see for movies here. Gogeta Blue, he came out in December, but I feel like, you know, him being a Legends Limited character, maybe they don't want to go too heavily on people needing to have a Legends Limited character to fill that yellow spot on the team. And then green, Trunks, Metal Cooler, is that it? Yeah, maybe he's going to be green. I mean, on this team, green probably is the least represented color here. So green for movies, I think, makes the most sense here. Regen, I mean, he's definitely going to be on Regen. He's literally immortal, right? He wished to become immortal, so there's a scene where Gohan literally penetrates through his chest or something, or chest or stomach, and he regenerates. So he's clearly going to be on the Regen team. Green, huh? So yeah, I mean, Fat Buu Zenkai is really the only prominent green unit on this tag. Looks like he might be green here. Powerful opponent. Goku Black. This came out like basically a year ago. Jiren came out in December. Metal Cooler. Okay, I'm pretty sure that he'll be green. So green Garlic Jr. And then if they want to go ahead and do Spice Boys, right? So this is pretty much BEXs. I don't know if they'll go ahead and do Sparkings for Spice Boys, but we could probably see, I mean, they would not be on Powerful Opponent. They'd not be on Regen. What would they actually be on? Like, what tags would they exist on? Sagas in the movies? I mean, they'd have to be. This is actually pretty indicative to me, if they're going to go ahead and release a Spice Boys, which is pretty obvious they will based off of the hint here, that this has to be movies, because otherwise they wouldn't fit on any tag. Like, if you do the filler arc Spice Boys, what would they possibly fit on? So, I mean, Sagas from the movies is probably what we're looking at for the Spice Boys here. I guess you could sort of mix and match and do like a Beto Goku team with the Spice Boys. That'd be pretty funny. Just like the whole henchman tag. Actually, do these guys have minion tag? Let me check. No, they don't. Damn it. That'd be funny if they actually released the Spice Boys and they had like the minion tag, and you could like run them with like the Apul squad to buff minion stuff. That'd be pretty funny. So that's pretty much what we're looking at in terms of the Garlic Jr. and Spice Boy stuff here. Again, to me, it's 99.9% going to happen based off of these hints here. The pineapple thing, I mean, people are saying this is going to be Oob. I just don't see it. Remember, the way they typically like to do releases in this game is new unit Zenkai, new unit Zenkai. So the fact that we're going to get a new unit this week and it's not going to be Oob, actually, you know what? Maybe that means next week we're not going to get Oob either. Maybe next week will be a Zenkai to follow up the Garlic Jr. release this week. And then Oob, I guess, would then end up being on the 10th of August, which is actually pretty far away. Okay. All right. So Oob on August 10th, and then Garlic Jr. technically today, because I'm recording this video at 1:40 a.m. on the 27th. So this is where we're at. Let me know down below what you guys think about Garlic Jr. finally confirmed coming to Legends here along with the Spice Boys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.